Okay, let's see what I have going on here. Let me get a different camera here. Got that one working. That one is working, that's good. And this should be empty right now because I don't have anything plugged in. Hopefully the Nexus will be live there and we'll get a chance to plug that in. And then here's our desktop where we'll be able to share some of the things that we're doing. So that looks pretty good, not bad at all. And let me check my picture-in-picture, make sure it's working. It is, good, so we have that. And the ATEM is working well. Hopefully I have some decent audio. I don't know if I need to check that, see if you all can hear me out there. How can I easily do that? I guess I can come over here and turn up some audio, but it's probably going to... You all can hear me out there. How can I easily do that? That does sound good. Okay, so I've checked my audio, so I think that's pretty good. If you are out there and would like to chime in the chat, feel free to do that. And I'm going to, basically what I'm doing is trying to install the MEGA65 software, hardware, Bitstream, that thing, we'll talk about that in a minute, onto the NEXYS4. Had this for probably a couple of months now and have not tried to load the MEGA65 stuff on here. And I'm going to try and do that. And to do that, I have, of course, the box that I talked about. I am going to need an SD card. I have two here because I'm not sure which one's going to work. I think I was having some issues, but if I can get it on the 4 gig, I'd rather do that. Worst case scenario, I have to reformat the 16 and do that. I do have a reader here. I have a USB port over here that I can plug in that we can take a look at. I also have this USB cable, and I think there's one in here. We'll open it up in just a minute. I do have a USB cable that I can plug in and power the board, but I understand that if you don't have enough power, it can shut down. So I also have this extra adapter. If I need to, I can kind of reach around over there, and I can plug this in and see what's going on. Audio is okay. Hey, Mislav, good to join you. I know this is just kind of ad hoc. I was going to be working on this, and I thought, well, I'll just throw up the camera, live stream, and I'll just do it. And audio is okay. Good to hear. I've got here we go. Got a lavalier mic that I'm working on, and hopefully it's better than the last time, because the last time the audio was a little flaky. So I really like that. But welcome, Mislav. I am actually MEGA65 content for you. You were asking for that, and I'm finally opening up this box and getting in there and seeing if we can get the MEGA65 running on it. So I have that, and the one thing I forgot to grab was a keyboard, so I will have to go grab the keyboard here in a little bit, and basically what I need is just a regular USB keyboard, and I think I have a small one in there I'll go grab in a little bit, but we've got a lot of work to do before I really need to do that. So the other thing I have is I have the MEGA65 Developer's Guide downloaded onto my iPad here. And we're going to kind of follow the directions and see if we can get the MEGA65 on the NEXYS4, and that's kind of the plan. And we'll see how it goes this afternoon. It's a rainy day here where I am, so it just seemed like it wasn't planned. This was not planned. I was going to come downstairs anyway, try and do this, do some recording. I do have a comprehensive blog post that I'm putting together. While the instructions are good here in the developer's guide, you do have to go find the developer's guide. You have to search for it. I'm going to, and also, there's just my format or my style that I like, that I'm going to prepare that in the blog post. So eventually when I'm done, probably in a week or so, you'll have all these instructions in a single blog post. Video is a bit slow FPS, but audio is perfect. Ed64, Mislav, are you seeing that same thing where the video is a little slow? Because I'd like to know, I thought I had everything prepared. I think I have a good connection, but not quite sure. But let me know in the chat, Mislav, if you are seeing the same thing with the video is a bit slow. And welcome, Ed64. I'm guessing, is it like drop frame rates slow, or does it just seem like everything is lagging, or maybe it's on your end? Yeah, you're just trying to catch off guard. I know, I am. Again, wasn't really planning to do this, but I just wanted to, the last time I decided I was going to do some unboxing and some things, I just decided to do it live, and it was just so much fun with all of you. So thought I would do that again. Does mean I talk a lot more, which is what I've noticed through these things. So I also, oh, by the way, I also have a couple of other things. I purchased a couple of things that we'll probably need for this project too. We may or may not use these today, but there's a couple of connections in here that will help us get this thing hooked up. So not sure if dropped frames, interesting. I don't know why it would be dropping frames unless it's because it seems really smooth here. Let me look on my monitor over here and see what's going on. Oh, I know why it's dropping frames. I know exactly why. I bet I can fix it. Hold on a second. Tell me if this fixes it. I hope it doesn't, but I'm sure this is probably what it is. So I'm going to hit this right here, and then let's see. Give it a second. Yeah, low FPS. Let's see if this helps it. What I was doing is I was trying to record at the same time the stream as opposed to just live streaming. It was on by default. It may, let's see if that kind of helps it out a little bit. It does look, I'm looking over at my monitor, it looks like maybe that did fix it. So let me know if it looks a little bit better to you, because over here at least it seems like I am seeing a little better quality here. So let me, let's get busy, shall we? Let's quit talking about this thing, and let's see if we can build our own MEGA65 compatible computer using a Nexus 4. Hopefully, Ed64 looks smooth. Yeah, I'm sure it was because I was recording. I'm using, it's an older Intel for streaming over here, and I thought I could record and stream at the same time. I've learned now I can't do that, and I really was hoping to do that because I thought I'd capture some of this. I'll just have to re-record a lot of the things that I am doing today when I put together the official video, because there will be a kind of a retroCombs episode of all of this put together in 15-20 minutes with all the instructions with the companion blog post. So all right, let's see if we can do this. Hey, Jamie, I know it was a surprise. I was just, Jamie, it's raining. So what else are you going to do but go online and see if you can build a MEGA65, which is what I'm trying to do here. So I think we will go ahead and get started. I don't know if I'll leave this live stream live, so all of you may be seeing this and you may never see this again. The last live stream I did go back and edit and then put it online. I don't think I'll do it with this because I'm actually going to produce a whole video for this process. So this is just me hanging out with all of you today. And so I appreciate Ed64 here. Mislav is with us, and Jamie from Jamie's Hack Shack. So good to have you all. I'm glad that you joined. Okay, let's get started. As a catch-up, again, I'll be using these directions from the MEGA65 Developer's Guide. I have the NEXYS4 board. There are several boards available that you can do this with. There's the NEXYS4 board, there's the NEXYS4 DDR board, and there's the NEXYS-A7. I am using the NEXYS4 board, which was, it's no longer, well, it's available, it's just no longer produced, so you can get it at a pretty reasonable rate. I got mine for about 200 bucks. The NEXYS-A7 is the next version of the NEXYS4, if I understand this correct. So those are readily available. They're a little bit more. They're probably about $20 or $30 more. A Nexus will cost you about $250, $240, or if you catch it on sale, especially this one, around $220 is what I paid. Or actually I think I got it, yeah, $220. You can, if you are an educator or a student, get these for around $170, but you have to go through a whole process to verify that you are a student or an educator, which is worth it if you are going to purchase other things from Digilent. If you're not going to purchase from Digilent, check out the, I'll have links in the companion blog post when I do the video for this, that I'll have an Amazon link where you can get it for a really good price too. So I will have that. So let's see, let's go back to our directions here. Let me move some things out of the way. We're going to, first of all, here is our power, jumper, switches, and buttons. I think I'm zoomed all the way out. Let me just make sure I am zoomed all the way out. I am. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the NEXYS4. I'm not sure if my light will help. Yeah, not much. It just puts a hot spot. Let's go ahead and open this up. See what's going on in the chat room while I'm doing that. Jamie tried to ditch me. What? No, I'm not trying to ditch anybody. I just happen to be one of those things. Of course, as you all have learned, if I am going to live stream, it's probably going to be on a Sunday afternoon if I'm at home. So that's kind of how that works. So here's the board itself. I'm going to take it out of here, put it here. Let's do this. I probably should have gotten an anti-static, but I think we'll be fine for now because this board's pretty robust. Here's the power supply that comes with it, or the USB cable that comes with it that provides power and data connectivity. As we'll learn as we go through the ports, there are several things that the USB does. It not only can provide power, but it can also provide data connectivity to a Mac, Windows, Linux box, and there's some software for the MEGA65 that allows you to connect via FTP or FTP, was it M65 Connect? You can connect to it via FTP and do a lot of other fun things. I will not be doing that today. My goal is just to get the thing working today. So that's what I'm going to look at. So if we look on here, we can see some of the things that they're pointing out in the instructions. We have a connection over here. Looks like a jumper that we're going to need to set. Looks like it's set correctly, but we'll check it. We also have a jumper here we need to check, and then we have a jumper here that needs to be set. So let's zoom in here and see what we have. The NEXYS4 can be powered in two ways, using an external power supply or a standard USB port. So for USB power, which is what I plan to do, I need to make sure that this one right here is on USB, and it is. You can see that right there. See that? Right there with my big fingernail right there. We're on USB power, so that's good. Hey, thanks, Mislav. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much for the generous. You're just happy. You're just thrilled that I'm finally doing something mega. So you want to encourage my good behavior with a little tip. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. As always, really appreciate your support of the channel, and hopefully we'll get this thing running and you will get some value out of your donation today. So thank you for that. Not expected, especially since this whole live stream wasn't expected. So thanks a lot. But it is mega, so I know you're thrilled. Okay, so I do have the mega USB, or the mega USB, the micro USB power selected. There is an opportunity to power it via this power adapter here. I thought about that, but I'm not sure I've got the right barrel connection and power supply for that. So we're going to go try and be safe and just go off USB. And because I'm not going to be connecting data, or don't need that data connection, we will just use that purely for power. So that will be purely power for today. So that's good. All right, so we have that selected. You can see where I've been highlighting some areas. I did try and read a little bit before this to find out what I was doing. Okay, we've done that. Other jumpers and switches. For the initial setup, we suggest you use the following. JP1 should be over here. So let's see if we can find jumper 1. Let me zoom in for you, because I know I can do that. Now I've got this high-speed camera here, this document camera. There we go. There's that one right there. So according to these instructions, my jumper should be over here. And it looks like it is right here. So we're going to take this one and we're going to move it over here. I know coffee is good. You know what? I actually have a cup of coffee. Look at me. Thank you, Mislav. I'll attribute this cup of coffee to you, sir. Okay, let me go ahead and move this jumper right here over to here. There we go. So that's correct. And then it wants JP2, which is over here. Let me move this over. Looks like JP2 is supposed to be, looks like that one's correct. So it says that one should be here at the top two right there. And it looks like that's what we have right here. So let me zoom in there a little bit so you can see that. There you go. So right there and there. So that one's good. So it looks like we have our jumpers correct. So let me go ahead and zoom back out. Right there. Pull this back over for you. So far, so good. Easy part is good to go. Here's our connections and peripherals. So we do need a USB keyboard. We need a VGA, which is here, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. And then we need audio. I am not probably going to mess with audio out today. If I can just get the thing running and operational with video, I'll be thrilled. I'm sure the audio is going to work, so I'm not going to really worry about that. But it is a VGA connection. So what I have, and this is actually thanks to Jamie again. Jamie, remember giving me this cable? This is a VGA to VGA cable. This VGA to VGA cable is connected through to my, well, it should be here eventually, which is this input, which is a capture card input. So hopefully we'll be able to plug that in, plug it into there. I'm kind of curious if I just plug it in and apply power, what happens? We'll probably do that in a second and see if anything happens. This is my power that I have plugged in. I do have this plugged into something that's supposed to provide enough power. If not, I do have the backup. I may have to duck around the table for a few minutes and plug in this thing, which should have plenty of power. But it said sometimes low power doesn't allow the Nexys to operate properly. So if we run into issues, I think I've got that covered. And then what we're doing is we're going to be eventually installing the Bitstream, which is the MEGA65 FPGA core program onto here. We got some booting to do and then some configuration. We'll see if that goes well. So because it looks like I need a keyboard, I am going to have to unplug for a minute and go get a keyboard because I forgot one. I've got this little mini keyboard that I think is going to work out well. So I will be right back. Hold tight. Okay, I'm back. Let me just check something here. Yeah, audio is still working well. Okay, good. I have this cute little keyboard right here. I really like it. Let me show you this little keyboard. This came from a Kano kit. Remember that name, Kano kit? Because I haven't, this Kano kit actually had a whole screen and everything else. I'm actually considering popping this into a Kano kit, which doesn't make sense now, but it's on a video a little bit, probably down the road a little bit, maybe in December, January. But it is a way that I can put this in some kind of screen and have it as a portable MEGA65, sort of, kind of, not quite, but you'll see. It'd be kind of cool. Hey, we got about 5 of you in the live stream, so thanks for joining. If you would like to let us know you're out there, go ahead and put something in the chat. But what we're doing is we are putting the MEGA65 on a NEXYS4. That's the goal for today, and we'll see. And this was an impromptu live stream. This was not planned. It's just me kind of hanging out with my friends in the chat room. So thanks for joining. But this is the, again, the little keyboard you can see on the back. Now, I don't think this trackpad's going to work, which you don't really need it for the Mega, but it does have everything I need, including this nice little wire here. We'll run that up through here. Click that there, and we'll be ready to plug in down here. So we can plug into our USB. So I'm going to need to start setting up some room here. I do want to plug it in and just see what happens if you just plug it in without anything installed. Let me take a look here. There's the SD card reader right there. That's what I was looking for. Ooh, that's a microSD. Ugh, look what I did. I got the wrong thing. I need a microSD. So that was not smart. I should have looked at that before. That's telling you that I am not prepared at all. So I am going to have to run back there, and we'll do that here in just a minute. So I can go ahead and I can put those up for now. I don't know why I was thinking it was an SD card. I think because on the MEGA65 it's an SD card. So luckily I do have a couple of those available. So it's not a deal breaker for today. I think I've got something over there. So let me go back down here. Let me get rid of this case. You've seen the case, right? So it just includes the Nexys and the USB cable, which was this right here in case you're popping in late. All right, let me go ahead and put that over here to the side. And make sure it doesn't fall on something. So here's what we have right now. I'm going to turn everything this way because I think it will help me get everything connected. Let's move this up here. Let's go ahead and plug in our VGA. I'm going to go ahead. right here. Do I have that right? Nope, got it upside down. Every time on a cable, I always get that backwards. Doesn't matter if it's a USB port. Thank heavens for USB-C. It's one of the reasons I always go on and on about USB-C. So that's good. Okay, so that's there. This, will that give me enough room? I'm probably gonna have to do something like this. All right, I'm not gonna plug that in just yet. I hope this cable's long enough. Okay, this is getting kind of tricky here. I do not have this little short cable here. Let me go ahead and plug this in. Okay, that's in. And I may have to move my camera a little bit here so that you can see everything. So let me move this. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. Let me move this a little bit. And let's set this up so that it is easier for you to see. Okay, if I don't knock everything off. All right, the one thing about this camera that I have got to work on, let me see if I can rotate this. Yeah, that's not good. Let's go back to here. Okay, I think this is going to work, and I'll just push all this up this way. And let me move this back just a little bit. Gosh, I'm spending more time getting everything ready for the setup than I am actually getting anything set up, so apologies for that. Okay, so we have that. Okay, I think you can see everything now, and now hopefully I can, oh gosh, here we go. Look, now this is, okay, let's try it this way. We'll get it right here in a minute. I think I have enough cable here thanks to Jamie and his long VGA cable. There we go, all right. So, let's do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply power, and there are little feet on the bottom, by the way. It is not touching this directly. There are feet on the bottom of the board. I guess I can show you those right there. See that? So it is sitting like that. Now I'm going to go to input number 3. Well, let me go ahead and apply power first. Let's just see what happens when you apply power with nothing whatsoever in the SD card. I'm just curious. I'm sure nothing should show up, but who knows? Okay, so we'll plug it in. And let's see. Looks like nothing has turned on. Let me make sure that I have. I thought I'd at least get some lights. Let me make sure I've got plugged in USB power. I do. There's no real, oh, there it is, the on-off switch. There we go. Okay, I was wondering where that was. Okay, here we go. This is the on-off switch here. Let me zoom in for you. So right there is an on-off power switch. So it is off. Let's go ahead and go back. And I'm going to go over here and let's see what happens when we turn it on. So we do have power. We have a power light here. If we come over here to my capture card, looks like we have nothing. So it looks like maybe we're going to need a Bitstream or something turned on. So let me just make sure I have everything connected. VGA. This is on VGA, so that's right. Okay, so looks like we are going to have something on the SD card before anything happens. Okay, so that's just good to know. I just was curious as to, okay, no signal. So I was just curious as to what would happen if we turned it on without anything in there. So let's go ahead and turn that off. Okay, I'll just have to assume at this point that we have it set up properly. Hey, Gerche, good to see you. There is a switch somewhere. I found it. I know it's right there. I did find it. We're getting ready to put in the SD card. We're going to start to format the SD card. Now there are some switches on here is what I'm learning. So there is a C. Now everything's backwards on me, so this is going to be interesting. So this one right here is the restore button. If you use a Mega, the restore is a key on the keyboard that you can use to bring up the freezer, which we'll talk about. And then there are two other things right here. We have hey, I forgot I can do this. I can rotate this. Oh yeah, there we go. I can rotate it now that it's backwards, and then I can zoom in for you. There we go. And then we also have these two switches right here. Let me move this down just a little bit, which is the program switch, which according to this will, let's see, program will cause the FPGA itself to reload the MEGA65 core, and then this one will reset the board and completely erase the cord and reload it. So what we've got to do now is we've got to get a core on a microSD. Oh, and on those QSPI jumper settings, I think you've got a demo program. Really, there's a demo program. Let me see. Now that's, I'm using, since you're joining us here, let me show you what I'm doing. I've actually got the developer's manual here on the iPad. So that's why I don't probably have that. I don't think that's covered in here. So on the QSPI jumper. So let me find out where that jumper is. Okay, that is, oh, right here, QSPI. So, oh, I see. It says USB SD. Oh, I think I understand what you're saying there. So I believe, let me zoom in here. If Gerche is, and I know I've butchered your name, I apologize. But I think I got close that time anyway. If you look here, I think the point is if I move this over to these two, maybe I'll get a demo program. So that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to switch this over to here because this says load from USB SD card. So let's see if that's what we're talking about there. I am going to go back here. Well, let's turn it on. Go back here. Now I do have power. Oh, there we go. I've got lights. Let me show you what I have here. So thanks for that little tip. We've actually got some lights running here. All right, and then let's see what we actually have. There we go. Look at that. We have output. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Yep, it's something like the Nexys folks provided as a test. It's perfect. Look at this. This is beautiful, beautiful stuff. So thank you for that, Gerche. Actually, if you're not aware, if you're joining us, Gerche is one of the developers on the MEGA65, so leave it to him to be able to help us out today. So thanks for popping in and joining. This is big fun. So again, well, what I did is I just moved this jumper over from here to here, and we get our test screen. Now, there is, as you can see here, there's an accelerometer, temperature. Let's see if we move the board, if we get, there we go, see? If we move the board up and down, so what I'm doing is I'm moving the board like this, and then we're getting this. Now, what I'm thrilled is that my capture card is actually grabbing the output for this, the VGA output, which is great because that means that there's a good chance that once I get the MEGA65 core in here, that's going to work. I don't know if you're noticing, but look at the microphone. I was not aware there was a microphone on here, but it is even registering the microphone or my voice as it goes. RGB levels are light, so I can probably change those and see what's going on. Let's go ahead and turn my lighting down here a little bit. And you can see those change. See the RGB levels change. So this is really neat. So thank you for that, Gerche. That is awesome that you provided that little tip for us. Thank you so much. So let me go ahead now that we know we have a working board, which is just super exciting. What I'm going to do is go back now to here. We're going to go ahead and turn it off. And then we're going to put our switching back over here, and then what we're going to do is we are going to prepare an SD card so that we can load the MEGA65 on our Nexys board. So I know it is beautiful, Mislav, so it's pretty cool. Just as a reminder, this is just a live stream of me just going through the process. I am developing a complete blog post. I started that this morning with some basic areas of outline, but me going through this will help me make that blog post better. I'm also going to do a full video on this process. Probably won't be using the video that you're from the live stream. This will all be brand new video that will put the whole process into hopefully about a 10 or 15 minute, maybe even less as I'm learning more about it. I think I can do a short video so that if you want to pick up a Nexys 4, you'll be able to watch the video, read the blog post, and be able to do this yourself. So we're learning together. I will make sure and put that test in there with the jumper. So that's just another great thing that you've provided, Gerche. So thank you for that so much. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's go back and let's get our instructions out here. So we are on a roll. Now the next thing that the developer's guide goes through is it talks about the onboard buttons. We're not going to do that just yet. We won't get right to the meat. There is an on-screen keyboard too. Don't worry about that right now. The mappings are here. We'll talk about that. But let's get down to preparing the micro SD card. So when I read that, I should have realized this is not a micro SD card. So I need to run over to my room on the other side over here, which is where my workbench is, and I need to find a micro SD card that I can use. So if you will bear with me, I am going to put you back on bug zapping mode, and I am going to run back there and grab a micro USB card so that we can install the Bitstream for the MEGA65 on that and get started with the fun part, which is getting the install happening. So I will be right back. Shouldn't take but just a second or 2 minutes at the most. So hold on. Okay, I'm back, and this is what I have. I did find a micro USB card, so and it was listed. I have a little container that says, let me get this in here for you, that says good. So this one is good. I've got a couple that are not working. I've got about 4 or 5 of these, but this one should be good to go. I know we're probably going to have to format this. So I have to get an adapter here, which I have right here. So that's good. So I won't need that because that was for the SD card. So now that we have the micro, I do have a USB connector right here that I can plug into, and hopefully we'll be able to come over here, which we can on this screen, and see everything that I'm doing in real time as I prepare this micro SD card. So that's the plan going forward now. Let me go ahead and go back over here. Well, something just happened. There we go. So that's kind of where we are. Let me go back over here. And so let me put this over here and let's see what this says next. So the first thing that we need to do is format the SD card to FAT32. So I believe this is already FAT32. Let's go ahead and check that out and see what's going on with this right here. So let me go over. Hey, 5 of you on the live stream. Again, if you're joining the live stream, be sure and pop your name in the chat so I have a record that you joined us. A lot of times after a live stream, if I edit it down or reshare it, there's a companion blog post that goes with it, and I like to mention who kind of joined us. And if you're like Mislav and you decided to do a super chat, I give a shout out for you. And so it's always just fun to kind of join in. So there's 7 of you out there, so make sure you jump in the chat and let us know who's there. We've had Ed64, Jamie's here from Jamie's Hack Shack, or was a little bit earlier. I'm not sure if he's still here. We've had Mislav, Gerche, and those are the ones who've checked in. So feel free to pop in and check us out and let us know you're out there. So let me go ahead and plug this into my USB. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is come over here and move this out of the way and see what the format is on this device. Let's see. Actually, you know what I did is I just plugged that into the wrong computer. It needs to be plugged into this computer over here, which is this one. Hold on. I have too many devices. I've got a computer I'm live streaming from. I've got the ATEM here. I've got this Mac over here. So let's see what we have. And that didn't load. Let me try and push this in again, see if I can get this loaded there. Huh. It is not recognizing this micro SD card. Let me try something here. Let me make sure it's in. Yeah, it's connected all right. Let me plug this back in. Okay, I don't know if my reader's not working, but it's not showing up. So I'm going to have to try a different reader. Actually, this has a built-in reader. Let me try that instead. I forgot I have a hub on here that has a built-in reader. See if this works. There it is. Okay, and when I say there it is, I actually have dual screen. You're seeing the files host up here right now. I've got another screen that's on the same Mac that's over here that you can't see. So I'm going to drag some things over here. Let me just make sure it is FAT32 formatted. Let me get info. And let me show you what I'm looking at here. Let me go back to my screen here. And what I'm doing is just checking here to see that it is, well, I'll get it right here in a minute. There we go. FAT32, and it is FAT32. You can see that right there, that we are FAT32 formatted. So that is good to go. I'm going to go ahead and load it up over here, see what's on it. If there's nothing on it, we can just download the Bitstream right directly to it, and we should be okay. If there's something on it, I'm sure I don't need it, I'll just delete it. So let me come back over here. Let me double click and see what's on here. Yeah, it was just used for video card, for video. So I'm going to go ahead and move that to trash. And let's go ahead and empty the trash before I forget to do that. So the process is that we're going to download the Bitstream from here, which I'll show you where all of that is. Then we're going to take that Bitstream, we're going to put it on the microSD card. We're going to boot up the Nexus 4 with that. That's going to hopefully give us a MEGA65 that then we're going to use the utilities that are built into the MEGA65 to format the SD card. So it's actually going to overwrite what's on there. Then we're going to have to turn it off, turn it back on, and that should boot us up. Now, we've got some other things we need to do. We need to put the SD card essentials on there. We need a ROM file. There's a lot of stuff that we've got to do. So we'll be going through that too. I'm sure I'm going to forget something along the way, but we're going to work through this and we are still going to get it. Got a dash. Oh, Gertje had to leave, but it was so good. By the way, he is a fabulous developer. I had an issue where I was trying to compile or build the M65 Connect tools on an iMac, and it was one of the brand new M1 Macs. And so he was helping me go through the whole configuration to help get that done. He was so gracious. He even said, hey, let's Zoom. I think it'd be easier if I just talk to you face to face, and we face to face. And I believe he's from Australia, which was really cool. So he did that. So MEGA65 is a wonderful community. One of the things that as I have said over and over, the return on investment for me for the dev kit was just being able to be a part of that community, learning and feel like you're kind of part of something special and part of a brand new Commodore computer. I didn't have a lot to contribute other than maybe some content and fan reactions and fan excitement. But it was really fun, and I've learned a lot of stuff through the process too, so that's just really been fun. Larry Pillen, checking in from Allen Park, Michigan. I have the MEGA65 on order. Congratulations, you are going to love it. Larry, I don't think we've had a chance to meet. I'm retroCombs, or Steven, and I have a channel with all kinds of Mega stuff. If you're interested in all my Mega stuff, go to stevencombs.com/Mega65. You'll see all kinds of videos, and I continue to do videos and live streams around Mega, and some TI stuff, which if you look in the chat room, Mislav doesn't like it when I go all TI on him. He likes me to be all Mega65. So this is kind of for him. I mean, it's something I've been wanting to get back to, but it's also for him too, because he has been so kind to support the channel and has always wanted me to get some more MEGA65 content. And I've been wanting to do this project for a while, so it's a blast. We also have Leiden. Hey, Leiden, good evening from Germany to you too. And I believe I have seen you, sir, in the Discord channel, the MEGA65 Discord channel. What a coincidence. I just ordered a Nexus 4 DDR. Yeah, from Mauser. Yeah, you can get some deals on the discontinued. I talked about those at the very beginning of the video, how some of the earlier ones you can order and get a really good deal on. So what we're doing, for those of you, Larry and Leiden, who just came in, we are putting a MEGA65 on the Nexus. So also, I should let you know, Leiden, the goal is, this is just a live stream for me just to try it out. but I do have a companion blog post right now already halfway created. There will be a full video, not necessarily content from this video. It'll be another edit of or a completely new video that shows you how to do this step by step. Combine that with the companion blog post, and hopefully somebody can easily go out, purchase this card, and then install the MEGA65 on there until their MEGA65 arrives, like Larry, who's got one on order. Although, hey Larry, let me know, did you get one of the first 400 or the 1,000 that's going to be in Q2 of next year? I was able to snag one of the first 400, which I'm excited about. I do have a dev kit, so I'm fortunate and blessed in that respect. A lot of people are saying, well, what do you need that for if you've already got a dev kit? Because that's why I just wanted to do that. And I do have another idea for this. So I wanted something portable that I could take with me in the dev kit. It's not portable, so this is probably gonna be my portable version. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's see, Zippin, I wish I got the money for the MEGA65. It looks super cool. Hey, Zippin, I hope again, all these names, Zypon, Zippin, whichever, I'm going to mess it up. I know. If you want to phonetically spell out how to say your name, Mislav knows how to do that. He's done that for me. Feel free to do that. But thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the chat. I'm going to get back to work now because I know some of you are here to see that, not hear me ramble, but it's so good to see everybody in the chat room. Very good. Certainly we'll read your blog post. Good. Currently looking if I can hook the VGA to a HDMI or better. Okay, so you asked. This right here is connected to a Cloner Alliance device, so I am capturing through that. I wasn't going to do it, but hey, let me show you what I got here. Inside this pack is a VGA to HDMI converter. So I will cover that later in the video that I prepare after. Oh, what the heck. Let me just show you what I have here. Hold on. Let me just show you what I have, because this may be helpful to some of you as you're doing this. So these are a couple of devices I picked up. There we go, an impromptu unboxing. How about that? We have an impromptu unboxing on the live stream. Can you imagine? So this is the VGA to HDMI adapter that I ordered. This does require power, but I'll be able to come right out of the back of this VGA and go right to an HDMI adapter. Now I'm going through a capture device, so it works fine right now. But whenever I go to my idea that I have, I'm going to need this. And I'm not going to share what my idea is. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but I did get one of those. I can get you the link to that if you need to see that. And then I also have another one of these. I actually have a couple of these. This is the AVI to HDMI that I ordered along with that because I could just get them both at the same time. So that's handy for some other retro stuff I'm doing. So a lot of good stuff. I need to put just like a whole list of all the tools that I use on my blog. I should do that sometime for all of you so that you know the things that I use, which is good. Let's see, the order says delivery of Mega will end of, oh, you got the first 400. Congratulations, Larry. Very nicely done. You were on track. Now, for those of you, if you're on there, there are still some of the Q2 orders available for the Mega. Yes, I know it's a little expensive, but if you do something like this and jump in now, or be sure to check out my blog post where I show you how to install the emulator on a Mac specifically, but the process is very similar for a PC or Linux, and you can get started now learning about the Mega. So I do have that on my blog post too, if you want to check that out and get started in MEGA65 and emulation on a PC, Mac, or Linux box. You can do that, which is cool. What say we get back down to this, okay? So I need to, well, I'll just go ahead and leave this up while I should be talking while I'm prepping stuff. So I've completely emptied my FAT32 micro SD card. Now what I need to do is I need to come over here. This is the MEGA65 file host. This is your home for all software, bitstreams, cores, ROMs, all that business. I need to move this guy over here because I need to see my login. So I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna log in. If you don't have an account, which some people won't right now, but when you get your MEGA65, you'll get a full account to this, which will give you access to ROMs that aren't available to people or folks unless they've purchased a MEGA65 dev kit or MEGA65. So Larry, for instance, will have access to this when his MEGA65 comes in. Everybody has access to everything that's free, but there are a couple of files that you can only get because of license if you log in. So I should be logged in. It does show that I'm logged in, so that's good. So then what I'm going to do is move me out of the way again. Down here, we're going to go into our files. And over here, this is the easiest way to do it. We're going to do a quick search for Bitstream. Okay, so here are the bit streams. You can see it narrows everything down for you. Now, we have the NEXYS4. Now, interestingly, who was it who said, was it Leiden? Was it you who said that you ordered the, let me pull up my thing here. Well, where'd my window go? Oh, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Hold on a second, I've misplaced a window. Did I close a window? I should not. I think I closed my YouTube Live window. So hang on, bear with me just a second. Let me get my screen back up here. YouTube Live window. So there we go. Okay, it was, oh, let me go back in here. Apologies, hang on. I'm still getting used to everything with these live streams. Maybe that's part of the fun, is watching me stumble around on these things. There we go, now it's back. Let me go ahead and put this full screen so I don't lose it again and get rid of that. And I believe it was, who had the Nexus DDR? I believe it was Leiden, right? Yeah, Leiden, you said that you had the NEXYS4 DDR. So when you get your Bitstream, you got to be careful and make sure that you get this Bitstream right here. I'm using the NEXYS4, so I'm going to get that one right there. So that's the BIT file that we need. We're going to download that file and we're going to put it on the microSD card, and it should boot for the first time. So let's give this a shot. Let's go ahead and download it. It'll be interesting to see how fast this downloads, given I am streaming at the same time. Ooh, that was fast. So we have about 10 of you who've joined the stream. If you'd like, go ahead and let us know you're here. Hey, Ed64, you're back. If your order number is below, you are the first 400. Yeah, thank you for that, for letting him know that. That's exactly right. Okay, so I have the Bitstream downloaded. I am going to now, I'm not going to show you what I'm doing. I think you kind of get it. I'm just copying that Bitstream over to my micro SD card. I can pull it over here so you can see it. You can see it right there. So no name is the name of the micro SD. Here's the Bitstream. And that supposedly is all we need to do. So now what we should be able to do is, let me go ahead and eject that properly from my computer. And again, you're not seeing this, so let me get that done. Okay, so that's done. Now, let me change my screen. So here's that SD card that now has that Bitstream on it. Let me go ahead and put my little picture back up here. There we go. And what we're going to do now is, while this is turned off, we're going to install this into the NEXYS4. I am like super excited right now. Let's see if this is going to work. So I'm going to turn this over, and there's our SD reader right there. And it's always, remember, the pins are almost always up next to the board. Of course I say that, and sure enough, what did I do? Get it right? No, surely not. Oh, it is. Look at that. Okay, and it clicks in, which is nice. That's good. And again, remember, there are little feet on here, so the board is not exposed and sitting right on this, which is good, because I was worried that I was going to have it. Now, I do have the USB keyboard here. I have the Nexus. I'm going to go ahead and move this up a little bit. Now, we also need to make sure that we are, if you came in late, thanks to Gerche, he let us know that this jumper here needs to be here. If it's over here on this SP down here, then we get this really cool demo screen. And if you miss that, maybe I'll leave this live stream up so people can just take a look at that afterwards. But if you move this over here, you get a really neat demo screen that shows you the accelerometer built in here, the microphone, temperature. It's really cool if you missed it. So that'll be something that maybe you'll want to go back to if you came in late and take a look at this a little bit later. So we got 12 concurrent users. Hey, thanks everybody for joining. This is one of my most popular live streams right now. So thank you for doing that, being involved. Mislav, we got a lot of company today in this live stream. So this is really exciting for me. Let me see. Let me just look through the chat, make sure I haven't missed anything before I fire it up here. The order says delivery. Yep. Okay. So we're still good. So you guys ready to turn this thing on? Here we go. Now to turn it on, I hit this switch right here, and then I'm going to go back and we're going to look at the video output together. So I am going to go ahead and go to the video output first. This is through my capture card right here. Now I'm going to turn on the switch and let's see what happens. Now, I think it said it takes about 13 seconds to load the Bitstream, so we're not going to get too worried about it right now. All right, just turned it on. Let's give it some time. Okay, it's got a signal. Look at that. We got a MEGA65 on a Nexus 4. Check that out. How cool is that? And there it is. So we do have the Nexus running on the, or we do have MEGA65 running on the Nexus. Okay, so there's some things we need to do in order to continue on. So let me go ahead over here and let me show you what's happening on the screen here. Let me zoom back out. Oop, too far. Let me go back in one more. You can see right here we have a display. I'm not sure what this means, this for, but everything is working. We do know that some of these buttons work. These work right here, and this will reset and scrub, but that's not what we want to do right now. We're just thrilled to death that we have this screen right here. So now what we need to do is go to our instructions, and let's see what it says. So we prepared the SD card. Again, I'm in the MEGA65 Developer's Guide, which if you need a copy of that, remember the files host I just showed you right here? That's where you can get that, okay? That is available there. You can download it. But again, I will have all of these instructions, so you don't even have to go there and download the whole developer's guide. I'll have a whole blog post that'll run you through all these steps, give you all the tips that I'm learning along the way as I'm doing this, and a cool video. I think the video will be fun too. I wish I could grab the excitement that I just had well, maybe I did, because maybe I'll save this live stream and we'll have that in there. But that was so cool to see that. How cool. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. I know. Thanks. Congratulations. I appreciate that, Mislav. Thank you so much. So far, so good. Now, let's see if we can get, oh, Targus. Hey, Targus, how are you doing? It's good to see you. And hi, retroCombs. Congrats to your, yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm not sure if you're talking about this one, the dev kit, or the MEGA65 that's coming in December. All three of them. Good congratulations. So let me go ahead and go back here and see what we need to do. Let's see. Okay. Looks like turn on the Nexus board, enter the utility menu by holding down the Alt key on the USB keyboard you have connected to the Nexus 4. Now, it's interesting. It says hold it down while it's on. I don't know if that's going to work. Let's see. I'm going to hold down the Alt key. Yeah, see, I think it means, oh, no, something just happened. Let's see, Alt key. I hope I did this right. I hope there's not something I'm missing that I forgot. I think you're supposed to hold the Alt key while you turn it on. So I think the direction, because that's what you do on the dev kit. So I think the instructions are a little messed up right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this off. I'm going to hold the Alt key here on my little Kano keyboard down while I turn it on. And then we're going to see if we get our configuration utility. That's the way it kind of it works when you are in the MEGA65 dev kit. So let's give that a shot and see. So now I'm holding down the Alt key and I'm going to turn it on. And let's see what happens. We do know it takes a few seconds, right, to load up the MEGA65. We would be concerned if we didn't do that, right? If we hadn't learned that. Okay, looks like we're getting something. Here we go. I'm holding the Alt key. Could not find ROM. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, it does not appear to be loading the utility menu. Let me look in here and see if I've done something wrong. It says, format SD card in a convenient computer. We've done that. Copy your Bitstream file. We did that. Insert the SD. We did that. Turn on the Nexus 4. Enter the utility menu by holding the Alt key down the US keyboard you have connected. Yeah, see, that's just not what's happening. I wish Gerche was here. He could probably help us out. So holding down the Alt is not doing that. I know the Bitstream, listen, let me try, I see Alt key on the USB keyboard. I don't think this is, I don't think we have weird key mappings or anything. Let me check in the chat room. Nice to join the stream. Well, nice to have you here too, Targus. So thank you for that. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to get the utility menu loaded by, it says hold the Alt key down on the USB keyboard but it is not working for us. So I'm going to try something else here. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to try control. That's exactly where I was headed. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. I'm going to hold the control key and see if maybe those are, you know, maybe those are swapped. I wouldn't think so, but let's try it. Let's give it a shot. So now I'm holding the control key down right now. Let's see if this works. Now, interestingly, when I hold the control key, let's see if this, okay, hold control key. Yeah, it didn't work on that one either. It even says, if you look up there, it says Alt for utilities, Control for hold, no scroll lock for flash, Alt for utilities. What if I just tap it? Nope. We could go ahead and hold it. Oh, gosh, looks like we had something there for a minute. Looking for SD card, 4 GB, trying SD card bus 0, could not mount D81, which it shouldn't. Is it me, or is there like a flash of the menu? Ah, there's a blue flash in there that kind of looks like the utility menu, and I don't know if something's wrong with that or not. Yeah, this all, you know, maybe it's, I wonder if it shouldn't be this, let me show you what I have here. This only has one Alt key. Yeah, I think maybe I should try a different keyboard. I know I've had some weirdness with this. Let me do this. Let me grab, because you got to try all these things, right? Let me go ahead, unplug this, and I'm going to try a different keyboard. I will be back in just a second. You guys have some fun watching the little lights here while I go get a different keyboard. I like this one because it's really small, but okay, here we go. I have an AUKEY keyboard here, which has a little more standard. As you can see here, we have Alt keys here and here. It's a little clicky, so you're going to get a lot more clicky than what you're probably used to, but clicky, if it works, is better than nothing, right? So let me go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. And let's go ahead and plug this in here. And let's get some of these cables out of the way. Now it's getting really crowded on my desk. Let's see. I'm going to do something here too that's going to hopefully help you all out. I am going to move this guy back a little bit. And let's give you a better view of what's going on. So here we go. Yeah, I'm going to figure out my desktop camera here. There we go. Oh, you can't really see that too well, can you? Let's see. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. You can, at least it's got a little parallax error, but at least you can see what I'm doing for now. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, let me go ahead and move myself up here. And let's go ahead and turn it on first. And then we'll try this Alt key right here, see if it works. The different key, try a different keyboard. Perhaps is confused by the trackpad. Yeah, that's what I wondered too. And there was a, oh, you know what? You know what? There was a hub on that one. The internal, you're right, the Kano has a little USB hub and it says don't use one with a USB hub. So good catch, Evil Jazz. Nicely done. So now if I click the Alt here and hold it, let's see what happens. Oh, same thing. That didn't work. Yeah, that one didn't work either. Let me try the Alt over here and see what happens. See, something's happening. There's a little bit of a glitch there. Try an Acer keyboard. I don't have an Acer keyboard. You have an Acer keyboard, David, I could borrow? Can you ship that to me like a quick FedEx or whatever? Let me make sure that I'm not using a different... Gosh, we're getting so close. Let me try something else too. I'm going to try and turn this off and hold the Alt key and see what happens too. Sometimes, because that's the way it happens. That's the way it works on the dev kit. So let's try this one more time. Oh, we are so close. Okay, so I'm holding down the Alt key. Ah, didn't work either. Let's see what we have. Also try hitting the key repeatedly. Yeah, it's hitting it repeatedly. I don't think it's going to work because it's supposed to go through this whole cycle process and then register it and then go into the utility menu. So for some reason what's happening is the utility menu is not loading. And I'm not sure why that is, because, you know, I'm sitting here holding this Alt key, but it is just not wanting to go. And we know the Bitstream's working because it's booting up to this screen. So it has something to do, I wonder. Let me just check here. See if I can figure out, follow the prompts. You have to, yeah, we're doing it. Gosh, everything. I've looked again to make sure we don't have a keyboard with a USB hub, so we've taken care of that. We copied the Bitstream over. That's fine. We know that's working because we're getting the thing to load. It has something to do with the keyboard, and I'm looking here, and I don't see anything here specifically about a keyboard and Alt not working. This is like the last. This is the last step we need to get to so that we can format and download all the other files to it. So we may not be getting to that during this live stream today, but at least we got this far right here, I guess. I'm going to look in the chat room, see if we have any ideas. I'm pretty sure that I had to use a different key when I had the Nexus here, but I can't remember what. And who is this? Zami Brozel. Zami, I guess, XMI. Let's see, is looking for... No, it's not. Ed64 is not looking for a .D81 yet. That'll be the next phase. What we've got to do is get into the utility menu so that now we can format the microSD card for a MEGA65 use. What it does is it formats two separate partitions, and we've got to get to the utility menu to do that. Now, I could go ahead and cheat and go to my dev kit and install it into that and then format it, but I really kind of wanted to see if I could get this working this way. So that's why I'm kind of working on that here. I remember because I also found it confusing that it said that it said Alt, that I had to use something different. Well, let me try Control here. Let's just go through some keys and maybe we can find one that works. So it's not that one. What if it's Shift? Could it be Shift? Could be something in the Bitstream, and if we find something in the Bitstream that's causing that, that wasn't it. What if we hit spacebar? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. It says no scroll. We haven't tried no scroll. No scroll. I don't know if I have that on this keyboard though. Let's see. What about this one? Nope, that's not it. Oh, here we go. Scroll lock. Let's try that. Yep, that's not it. It's really strange because it says Alt for the utilities. Let's try Escape. Well, here's what we could do, guys. I could just cheat a little bit here until I can figure out what's going on and I can get into the Discord channel and ask the team to see if they can help. Let me try Tab here. Let me just try a few more things since Xaml Brozel? I love the name. Using the other SD card would be a way to test the keyboard at least, but it should be last resort. Yeah, I don't, because we're here, I don't think it's that. And I don't know if that other SD card is one I want to try. We could try it though and see what happens. You know, troubleshooting, right? Where is that other one? What I can do is while this is going on, let me grab that other one here. Oh, I left it in the other room. I didn't bring an extra SD card. Let me think here. Here's Shift. Let's try Shift. The MEGA65 ROM won't work yet, Targus, because it's not the MEGA65 SD card isn't properly formatted. You have to get those two partitions on there. It won't work. It's like that on the dev kit too, and it says specifically in the book that that's that way. So I'm spinning wheels here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to go steal. Yeah, I'm going to go see if I can, I think the SD card I have, is that right? Yep, I think the SD card I have in my MEGA65 is a microSD. So hang on, I am going to go grab that and see if we can plug that in and see, oh wait, no, that's not going to have the right bitstream though, because, or will it? We'll have to copy this bitstream over to load it. Let's try that. Okay, hold on, I'm going to come back. I think we might be onto something here. Oh, thanks, Leiden. Thanks for asking that. Oh, there's Anton. Anton, hey, look, we got an issue. We've got the MEGA65 running on this device right here, right? But whenever we hold the Alt key, like we're supposed to, it will not go into the utility menu. And we are having issues with that, sir. We're trying to figure out why we can't get that to go. Here's my setup. Right here, I've got the Nexus, which is running beautifully, by the way. And so that's going good. We got just a regular PC keyboard here. We've been trying to hold the Alt key. We've actually tried a couple of keyboards, trying to get you up to date. And we've been trying to hold the Alt key, like it says here on the bitstream. But when we hold the Alt stream, you can see, or the Alt key, you can see that it is not booting. So that's where, try bashing Alt repeatedly on startup. Gerche says, try bashing Alt repeatedly on startup. Okay, so, well, we'll give it a shot. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm just gonna keep hitting the Alt key right here. Let me get this over here so you can see it. This one right here while I start up. Here we go. Bashing it constantly during startup. Here we go. You can hear that, right? I'm hitting it repeatedly, Anton. Can you hear that? If this works, y'all are killing me. Best track and field moves. I know, right? Oh, it didn't work that time. Here, I'm gonna hit both of them. Yeah, it's not doing it. Okay, my fingers are really starting to get tired now. Okay, I'm worn out. That wore me out. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. I have to assume though, Anton, based on what we're seeing here, I mean, the thing's working, right? We're at that first phase. I'm just trying to get to the utility menu from the bitstream so that I can format the microSD with those two partitions, and then I can add the SD essentials and the ROM file and everything. So that's what I'm having. Let's see. What about connecting the MEGA65 to your computer? Find its DNS quad and use the computer to send data to the MEGA65. Well, that's a lot of work. I could probably do that, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think I have time for that, David, but that's a great suggestion. Looks like there are files missing on the SD card. What files? Because the instructions, by the way, I'm using these instructions right here. I'm trying to get this part right here where it says preparing the micro SD card, and what it says first is just format an SD card, FAT32, copy the bit stream, which we did, insert it into the SD card, turn on, which we've done, and then use the utility menu by holding Alt key down on the USB keyboard you have connected, and then we enter the FDisk format tool. So what I was trying to do was actually format it using the utility menu from the first Bitstream. So I was trying to do this. I know I can take the SD card and go format it on the dev kit. I'll have to set that up quickly, but I was trying to just go through the directions. So maybe we have some stuff on the directions we can work on too. Let's see. Stephanie says, I joined late and have been skipping through from the start. Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate that. I remember I had to copy this oh, you did have to copy the ROM, and then the error message disappeared and I could format it. I have memory of this early key press working better on the Nexus with an older Bitstream. I'll try and chase up the older one. Oh, thank you, Gerche. Oh, Gerche's back. So maybe we do need an older Bitstream for the Nexus. That's interesting. I might be wrong though. You are correct up till now. So what I could do, like I said, is I could go ahead and load up the Mega. I could bring it over to the table real quick. We can plug it in. We can take this SD card, this micro SD card out. We can plug it in and we can format it there. I'm just wondering if that's just not the easiest thing to do right now. I wonder if there's a missing copy. Yeah, does somebody think, okay, before I do that, does anybody else think that maybe we just drop a ROM onto this SD card and see what happens? I can do that. Let's just try it, shall we? Although I just think that if it's out on the SD card, I don't think it's actually seeing the SD card though, unless it's formatted, but let's give it a shot. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to turn this off. I'm going to unplug or eject my micro SD card, and we'll plug it back into my Mac over here. And yes, I know I'm plugging into a Mac. The SD card was properly formatted, FAT32, in case somebody asks. That's in there. And luckily I keep my MEGA65 files all on my desktop. So I have a ROM file just ready to go. So let me pull one here. There it is, MEGA65 ROM. Copy that. Go over here to my no name. We're going to paste that. Okay, that's on there. So what I've done is I've copied the MEGA65 ROM to the SD card where the NEXYS4 Bitstream is, okay? Let me just show you what I have. So this is what I have right here on the card. You can see that right there. And I can make it a little bit bigger for you so you can see it. Oh, got a little bit of a, there we go. And so that's what we're working with right there. So now I'm going to take that. I am going to eject that. Since that was a popular solution to the problem, it will work, but you'll have problems saving config settings without the extra partition. Oh, really? That's interesting. But if I can just get it to work once, I should be able to go in and format it. That's what we're trying to do here. So let's see if this is going to work. So now I need to take it out of here. I need to plug it back into here. All right, got it there. And let's see, let's go ahead and bounce over here. And all right, so now what we're going to do is bounce over to the number 3, which is here. So I'm going to turn it on. Bounce over to 3. I'm going to hold my Alt key just to see if it works. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is with the ROM on the SD card, so I'm holding the Alt key down. Aha, it worked. Now that gets us into the MEGA65 development system, but can I now get to the utility menu? So the ROM, let it load up, and as Anton said, we're not going to be able to save any configuration or anything, but I need to get to the utility menu. So it still didn't get me to the utility menu. Let's see, Anton, there was, I remember Paul telling me about it on Skype, but you can't seem to search older conversations on Skype, so I can't find out what he told me. Does the keyboard work? No. Great question, Ed64. The keyboard is not working. Well, now that's an interesting development, isn't it? Because if the keyboard's not working, that means that it's not going to be able to register that Alt keystroke. Try hitting Alt. Now trying hitting Alt here. Yeah, Alt's not working. Nothing is working. This is very, very interesting. We're getting there though. We've got a MEGA65, but we, for some reason, are not getting keystrokes. Now, I don't believe on the jumper there's anything I set for the USB keyboard. Let me make sure. There is SD, USB, USB, SD, that's set. Surely I don't have a bad USB port. Surely that's not. Borrow your neighbor's keyboard. I have tons of keyboards, so I can check out keyboards all day long. Let me, the LEDs on the Nexys keyboard should show the ASCII codes of the key you press. Really? Here? So these right here, and let me move this over here a little bit so you can see it. These are supposed to change, and let me go ahead and rotate that for you. These are supposed to change and show you the codes. See, I'm not getting anything, which tells us, I think, something. I think there's something going on with his USB port. Let me go ahead and unplug this USB port, this keyboard. I am going to try another keyboard. I have tried 2 so far. Hold on just a second. Let me put my microphone up here and let's go grab another one. Okay, I am back. Let me get my microphone back up here. I decided I had this keyboard right here, which is a smaller Mac keyboard. No RGB. Let's see. The Nexys requires a very simple keyboard. Well, I'm hopeful this is a Mac. This may not do it then. I'm hopeful that maybe we can just get some kind of signal. And this doesn't have, oh, there is a hub on it though. Oh no. This may not work after all. So let me see what happens here. Yeah, see, that didn't give me anything either. So Anton, you're saying that I need something that's just really, really simplistic. Yeah, I'm not getting anything on here. I'm not sure what could be simpler. So that's keyboard number 3. Let me try, I have one more, which is a very simple keyboard. As a matter of fact, it is an old mechanical. Let me see if I have it. Okay, this is, I don't know, we'll see. This is an old remake. This is a old Lexmark keyboard from back in the day. It is kind of clicky-clacky, but it is about as basic of a keyboard as I have. There is nothing on this PowerCycle Nexus before testing keyboard. Yes, I'm going to do that this time for sure. So let me go ahead and turn it off. And let me plug in this keyboard. Thank you, Anton. Appreciate that. Let's plug this in. Let's go over here. Let's turn it on. See what we get back here. So this is, again, the keyboard. This is a Unicomp keyboard. Let's see what we have here. Okay, there is our, so that's, okay, so let's see if we have it here. Oh, man. This is one finicky keyboard, isn't it? PowerCycle Nexus before testing. There is Alt, Option, Command, IRC. Let's see, let me check and see what, does Mac keyboard, no gamer US keyboard, right? No RGB keyboard. Boy, we lost a lot of people. People got tired of waiting around seeing if I get this keyboard going, don't they? The absence of lighting on the keyboard seems ominous. Yeah, good point. Does a Mac keyboard have Mac option on Mac? Reboot before testing did. This is bringing back memories of my day one stresses setting things up for my Nexus. Oh, so you had issues too, huh, Gerche? Let's see. There's Alt option. When I set up my Nexus, I had to restart the keyboard about 5 times, or the board, before it recognized the keyboard. Really, that many? Okay. Thanks, Fleef. We'll try that here in a minute. PowerCycle between, and then good point. Do you see ASCII codes? I do not. Nothing on. It's good to know, though, that these are supposed to be changing, because that'll be helpful. So I think I think I'm at an impasse, folks. I think I'm at the point where there's not a lot I can do right now. I'm going to need to keep working. I can go ahead and we can PowerCycle a couple of times and see what happens. Let's see, we'll go ahead and do that and talk through it here for just a little bit. But yeah, I don't know that, let me hold Alt here. Yeah, I'm not getting any lights. So here's a question, I have a question. I think I may have figured it out. I think I just figured it out. I'm wondering if I have enough power to the board to be able to power the keyboard. I'm going to try a different USB power source. I did bring an extra power source just in case we might have a problem with power. Let me try that and see if that might be it. Hold on a second. All right, so I am actually stepping behind the back of my whole outfit here, and I'm going to be looking for a cable that I'm sure is going to be difficult for me to find. There it is right there, and let me see if I can find it all the way up to its plug. I think I'm going to have to get on the ground here. Oh man, what do I have under here? Okay, I'm going to crawl actually under the table. I got a better idea. Let me just do this instead. Okay, I got a couple of different bricks here. Let's check on power and see if it is a power thing. I do have another, we're going to go straight power here. So this is what I have right here. This one is, let me see what we're looking at here. This is, boy, that is tiny. Looks like, that's so tiny I can't even read that one. I do have another one here. Let's see. This one says, this is only 0.25 amps. That's not going to work. So I think this one is a 1 amp if I remember. If I can see it. Here we go. No, that's only 0.3. I need something larger than that. Hang on. Hang on. I got something. Now we're talking. This is a 2.5 amp, so that should give us plenty of power. So we're gonna try that and see what happens. And this is actually for the Kano kit, so we should be okay with this. This is 5 volts. Yeah, it's 5 volts. It's actually, it says this one is a little bit. It says 5.25. We'll be fine with that. That's enough of an allowance. So. Here we go. Do you have a... No, see, I didn't get the power supply for the DE Nano. So 5 volts, 4 amps. Well, this is pretty close. This is... We'll see. We'll see how this goes. This might... But this could be the problem. It may just not be able to power all these devices. So let me go ahead and unplug this one. And unfortunately, I have to crawl under the table. I'll be right back. Just like everything else, everything's underneath here. Let's see. Oh, there's another cable I could have used, but we won't do that. So we'll plug this in right here. And welcome to my basement, everybody. Let's see. Now I have to find something I can plug into. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh. Well, you all will be happy to know that I plugged something in and everything just fell down. That's just the way. There we go. Let's see. That's going to fall at some point. But that'll work for now. Let's see. Let me go ahead and run this up here. Okay, hopefully I can find that when I get up here. Well, I said that. All right, let me try one other thing here. Where'd it go? There it is, right there. I need to run that different way. Okay, now I should be able to find it. And there we go. Got it. All right. So we do have now. Here we go. I do have this cable run. And oh wow, 15 of you are back to see if I actually ever got this thing working. Right? Congratulations. Welcome back, everybody. Let me see. With a jumping setter to draw power from. Yeah, I've already got that. So I'm using the USB, so we're good there. So let me go ahead and run this. Now this gets a little tricky because now it wants it to be here. All right. So let's see if that gets us more power, and maybe that's all it was. Maybe it was just not getting enough power to the board. Shall we try it? Let's go and see what happens. Okay, here we go. All right, no smoke. So I think we're in good shape. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to go ahead and let it boot. I'm not going to try the whole alt thing. I just want to see if we get some kind of something running. Well, it looks like I have a lot more lights going than I did before. Look at this. This whole thing's lit up. Which let's see if I hit a key. Now, nothing is changing here, but maybe it didn't boot up. Okay. Oh, Gee, I thought maybe we had something there because we do have extra lights here that we've not had before, which is interesting. So that's interesting. Headbang in 3, 2, 1. Yes, very close right there. There's going to be a big spot right there that's going to happen for sure. So again, I think we got something more going on. So, oh, let me get this out of the way. So we're using a 5-volt 3 amp. Are some of you suggesting are you really thinking it's USB power? Could it possibly be that I'm just going to have to get the regular power adapter and that's the way this is going to work, and USB power is not going to do it? Oh, they were on before? Okay, well good, thanks for that. Well, then we got nothing. Because according to everybody, these should be changing. Since I hit a key. Ensure that all switches below the LED panel are in the lower position. Oh, lower. So, yeah, all of these are down. That's a great idea. Yep, all these are down. So, let's go ahead and because somebody said they had to cycle it on several times before it worked. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm assuming when you say down, you meant here towards the board, because they all are. I guess it's kind of hard to see in it. Let me bring that up so you can see it. Right here. And let me autofocus for you here. There you go. But yeah, all these are back this way. And I can get some more light here, which would help. There we go. So they are all down. Let's see. Still nothing. I think. And this is a pretty basic keyboard. This is not anything special. Yep, away from the LEDs, all good. Yep, all good here. So I think that I honestly thought that power thing was going to be the issue. That's I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have another power adapter, because somebody said earlier that they thought, let me see what somebody said. 2 amps, best is 5 volt 2. Yeah, Anton said 2.5 amps should be better, and I've got that. I've got 5¼ volts and 3 amps. So I have enough power. So I think maybe at this point, there's not much more I can do. Do you have a 5 volt PSU with a barrel, jack center pin positive? Oh, do you want a 5 volt wall wart for that barrel jack? Yeah, I was worried about the barrel jack because it is a 5 volt. Which is it? Somebody said that earlier. Yeah, it's the center jack pin positive. And I was worried about that because I don't know that I have one. Yeah, I know. Let me check something. Hold on. Hold that thought. Hold on. Oh boy, all right, let's see. Okay, I'm not sure I want to try this, but maybe with the encouragement of everybody out there, try another keyboard again before searching for a power supply. Okay, I can do that. I'm going to try one of the, I do have another one that's a little more simple than this one, so let me go ahead and turn this off. Let me unplug this keyboard. By the way, what I went and just grabbed, which will probably surprise none of you. Look at this. This is ridiculous right here. This is crazy stuff right here. I have a whole tub full of wall warts. Look at this. And I'm sure there is something in here that probably would work, maybe, sort of, possibly. But again, I'm a little concerned that, so this one, for instance, is 7.5 volts, so that's not a go. I mean, if I could just find something that's close, but then you know you gotta get the jack that works on top of that. So this one is 4 to 8 volt, or 4 volt, 3.7 volts, so that's not gonna work. This one is, these are really hard to read. Oh, here we go. 5.2 volts, 500 milliamps. How many of you have cases of these things? Can a powered USB driven via separate supply get the socket working? I don't know. That's what we're trying now. I've got a separate power supply on it now. That one's not going to work. .87 volts. Nope, that's not going to work. This one is, that one's definitely not going to work right there. That's not good. So it doesn't look like I have anything that is even remotely close in my collection of wall warts. What do we have here? This is a 6 volt, 300 milliamp. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I've got in my spare wall warts. Really had to flash with Vivado before it worked. I'm a little wary of rushing into a wall wart. Yeah, I'm not going to do that either, because that just scares me to death, Gerche. So those are out. I'm like you. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather go ahead and purchase one uniquely designed for it and be done with it and wait a few days for it to come in. So that's not going to happen. So let me get these out of here. Let me get another keyboard here, and let's see if, let's give it one more shot. And if this doesn't work, I'm probably going to go ahead. How long have I been online anyway? Holy cow. I've probably been in here for a while. I'm not sure it says. Got a lot of you had jumped in to help though, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much everybody for helping. Again, this is why I'm glad I did this via live stream, because I'm learning a lot. So let's go ahead and we're going to try this keyboard right here. And this is just a basic keyboard. It doesn't have anything on it whatsoever. So let me go ahead and plug this back in. There's no USB hub. It's just basic keys. Okay, and so we're using the other power. So I might try one more power supply. I think I do have one more power supply that could take it up about another amp. So I might try that. But if that doesn't work, then I'm probably going to bounce out today, and I'll work on it. Not via live stream. Can't I get this thing done where I want it? There we go. Now you can see it. Okay, so let's turn it back on. Let's go back to our screen. We'll go ahead and see what happens as it boots here. Some of you may want to see what happens as it boots. Okay, so there we go again. Everything's working. Go back over to here. Go back here, and let's see if the keyboard works. Yeah, no keyboard. There's a green light on Nexus board that the board sees it and flashes with a key press. There is, Christopher, where is that? So, and I'm not getting anything. I've got a little busy light here. I don't know if you can see that. The little busy light is flashing. I assume that that is okay. There's a green light on NEXYS4, so the board sees it's flashing. Oh, that's good to know, Anton, that you've not seen one Nexus with a dead USB port. And I honestly do not believe it's that. I do not believe it's that. I think it has something to do with the power. I think we're not getting enough power to power the device to register the keyboard. That's kind of where I am. I wish there was some way to test that. That would be good to know. Interestingly, does the test software that's built into the board have, let's try that. I want to see, hold on a second. Let's see if it tells us what kind of power we're getting. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to throw this dip switch back over to, which one was it? I think it was, yep, this one right. I'm just making sure my power was set right. This one right here. Let's go ahead and boot back up here with the test and see what happens. Ah, too bad. I was hoping that there maybe it would tell us what kind of power was coming in. I don't know if... Now, interestingly, can we check using this test to see whether keys presses? I'd love to know where that... it was green. I just don't recall on the keyboard you were using. Really? Okay, so I've got the test in here. I'm looking to see if there's anything that lights up when I press a keyboard with the test software that's built in, and I do not see that. Let me look here a little bit and see if anything's changing when I hit a keyboard. But first, I really would try the keyboards again now that you can ensure sufficient power. Any light on the keyboard that shows if it has enough power. Yeah, there's no light showing with the default. Let me go back to our Bitstream again. Oh, there's the microphone. I was wondering where the mic was on the board. Side note, that's where the mic is, right there. Little guy right there. Okay, so now we're booted back in with the Bitstream. Nothing there. Okay, I'm going to look for just one more wall wart. Let's see. What's the maximum amperage we can use on this thing? I don't know. I know voltage is the most important thing, but I think I'm running like a 2.5 on there right now. So let me go ahead and pull it and use it as a comparison. So one more try before I sign off. I want to give it the old college try, as we say. So let me go ahead and turn this off, and let me pull that wart or that power supply out. Okay, so what I was using here, just to show you all again what's going on, I was using a, let me rotate this for you. This was 5 volts, 2.5 amps. And I think some of you are saying try and find something with a little more amperage. Capsule, let's see first. Okay, let me check one other thing. Hold on. Well, that seems to be the best that I can do is this one right here. And if this isn't working, I think what, again, this is 5.25 volts with 2.5 amps. So that's the largest I have, unless anybody else, the flashes has just been really unlucky that none of the keyboards have been able to talk. I know, it's really strange. I've tried a bunch of keyboards and they're just not working at all. I kind of just want to try one thing here. This is going to be crazy to try, but I'm going to try it anyway, see what happens. I want to think that just really that, okay, let me try some. I just plugged in directly to the, I've got a little port over here that's just, does have some power to it, and it can power a lot of things and charge things, but I'm just kind of curious to see what happens here. So I am getting full power even there. And I don't, if there is a green light on here somewhere when you hit a keystroke, it is not showing. And again, these aren't changing either. And again, nothing on here. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just call it a day for now. I'm going to continue to play with it. I use a plain USB $4 keyboard from Amazon. Really, I'm going to have to buy a $4 keyboard. Is it, Anton? Is it? I would not go far. Yeah, I'm not going to do that either. And I think really it's the amperage at this point. It's if it's anything power. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to order a power supply that's needed for this. Fleef, I would love to know what USB $4 keyboard you're using from Amazon. And maybe I can just find a cheap one somewhere. I don't know if Jamie's still on. He's probably already left, but Jamie may have a cheap one. And again, Jamie's just right down the road, so he may have a cheap keyboard. And we'll just start working through keyboards. Will a 6-volt wall wart do without? Well, I don't think I'd put 6 volts on it. I would be hesitant with 6. I think that's going to be kind of, got a whole stack if you want to try, and several power supplies. I think I'm gonna get one specifically because of that center positive. All the folks at Mega have recommended that if I put anything in there, that it's the one that's supposed to be for this board. So I will probably stick with that. But a keyboard, sure, I can probably try many of those, but I'm still amazed because this one right here is just a basic keyboard. I mean, yeah, I guess it does have mechanical switches, but I can't imagine that that's causing problems. So try first the other keyboards again, one after one. Your power should be sufficient. Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna do what Anton suggests. I'm gonna go ahead and power through here. Someone said 5 volts to 5 volts. Center positive is the usual, right? I think it is. I think that's right, Jamie. I think center positive is correct if I remember. If somebody else can help us in the chat room, I believe that's true. Then I would try flashing via Vivado. Oh, Anton, I won't do that because I don't have a Windows machine in the house. That also means I have to bring in somebody with a Windows laptop and set up all of Vivado. But I'm going to get this thing working. And eventually I am going to have a blog post and a video showing it. So I will keep working on it. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep the chat open. I'm going to try a couple other things, and we'll go through some different keyboards again here, play through. So if you want to hang out, that's great, but I'm not really going to be narrating a lot of stuff. You're just going to be watching me go through stuff. I'll try and remember to switch, but I'm going to go ahead and just leave this open for a while. And if you guys want to try and help, that would be great, but I'll kind of let you know what's going on. So I'm going to start working through this. I am going to go back to this power supply because this provides the most power that I've had so far with anything, and that's pretty consistent. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now I'm going to have to remove my microphone here, which this worked really well. The lapel mic, or the, what's the name for that? Gosh, I can't even think now. Okay, I'm going to put it over here, so that's going to be kind of odd. So I'm sure my audio is not that great, but at least you can probably hear it a little bit. And let me go ahead and turn this off. And I like that at least I at least got the Mega on the screen. You know, at least here I have this. If I could just get something typing, that would be kind of exciting. So partially the way there. So at least for this stream, I got something close, right? So that was at least a success. And I've actually learned a lot about the board, so that's good. So again, I'll just... thank you, Anton. I appreciate it. I'll keep checking it out. And if again, I'm just going to leave this open and keep working on it. Okay. So thanks to all of you that joined. Don't forget, for those of you that are still in, check out VirtualBox. Oh my goodness, I don't know if VirtualBox will work. Although that's kind of interesting, Mislav. Could I do a VM on, because this is an Intel Mac that I'm using right here, so I could use a VM maybe, but then I've got to get a license for Windows, so I'm stuck there. But anyway, great thought. Jamie and I, we'll talk through that one. He might be able to help me on that one if I want to go that route. I'm not convinced I want to go down that route. I really just want this board to work with an SD card in booting, because the booting time was not that bad. I thought actually that was pretty fast considering. So I don't know that I really want to go ahead and put the core and burn it to the actual board itself. So I'm going to keep messing with it. That's what's fun about these projects, is you get to live and learn and troubleshoot. So I will keep working on that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for now. But again, as I was saying, if you join me today, thanks so much. Don't forget, you can find all my MEGA65 stuff at StephenCombs/MEGA65. Lots of good stuff. And I just started doing some TI stuff if you're interested in TI computers. I do have a bunch of TI stuff, and there's more TI stuff coming down the pike too. And there's even a new category on the homepage of StephenCombs.com with a little TI logo. So if you want to start seeing that, I know all my Mega and Commodore fans are going, why is he spending time on the TI? Because it's just been fun to explore. But it was time to get back to the MEGA65 because Mislav asked. So again, just for you, Mislav, I suffered today just for you, sir. So thank you for supporting, by the way. I appreciate you supporting my suffering through a coffee. Really appreciate that. Okay, so let me see. I need to, let's see. This is the, I'm going to unplug the keyboard. You know, I have some of those wireless keyboards with just the dongle. I assume that won't work. I can't imagine that would be any better, right? It needs to be a wired keyboard. I don't think a wireless is going to work. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way. Both my DOSX keyboard and Cherria have boot interface subclass. I use an SGI wired keyboard bought 3 years ago. Okay, Fleet, that's good. SGII wired keyboard. Yeah, that's a pretty simple keyboard if I remember. Those are pretty basic. And I'm surprised I don't have one like that around here. It really shocks me that I do not have. About every keyboard I have is mechanical. I don't have any of those cheap ones anymore. I think I got rid of a lot of those. Who would have thought? I have all this stuff. I have these old wall warts, this garbage. I have all this stuff, all these cables, and I don't have just a super cheap keyboard. I don't think. I keep saying that, and I keep looking around saying, oh, what do I have around here? Is there a cheap keyboard laying around here somewhere? Probably. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and plug this back in. See if we can get some power going again. Because I do feel better about the that power supply powering. I feel like I have at least decent power and conditioned power. That's pretty good power supply. And on my Kano kit, I know I'm under the table talking to you, but on my Kano kit, this single power plug powers a LCD screen, keyboard, Raspberry Pi, the whole works. So I just feel like it's doing its fair share for power. Let me go like I said. Of course, don't do that. There we go. All right. Make sure I don't hit my head here. Now here's the question I had to ask the chat room, all 13 of you. Even though I wasn't successful, do I just leave this live stream up for people? Or do I kill this, or do I leave this up for posterity? I always wonder about that with live streams. If I'm doing something that's less than successful, do I really leave it, or do I just delete it afterwards? I don't know. Maybe I'll just put it live and see what people... it may have stripped the link. What do you mean by that, Jamie? I'm not sure I understand. Leiden, if you connect the Nexus 4 to your PC via Ethernet cable, can you force the Nexus 6 to what you want? Oh, that's interesting. So you guys are talking about how to use the Ethernet. Well, you keep doing that. I'm just going to see if I can get this thing working. You know what? I'm going to try something here. I'm just going to make sure. I'm going to power this thing up first without a keyboard. It boots fast enough for me for what I was going to do with it. which is why I really don't want to go into. I wish there was some kind of key on. Oh, wait. Isn't one of the, hey, here's something. One of these is a restore key. So supposedly, if I hit that, I'm going to get the freezer. Yeah, there we go. So one of these is let me see which one that is. I think that is. It's this one right here. BTND is the restore key. So if I hit the restore key while I'm here, I should get something on my screen, right? But I don't have the SD essentials on here, so I don't think that's going to work. So let me see which one it is. It's this one right here. Let's see what happens when I press that. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's at least something. That lets me know that the core is working. And the reason that's not working is because I don't have any of the SD card essentials. So it is getting input from the board itself. So when I press that, again, you can see it here. That's the same as the restore key. Let me hold it down. You have to hold it for a few seconds. There you go. So at least that's working. So that's good. Leave it. Why not? We have learned a lot, and you cannot win them all. You will. Yeah, right. I know. And at least I have something to follow up with later and say, hey, yeah, I wasn't successful there if you scrub through that hour of pain. But here's the solution to the problem. I guess we can do that. Yeah, I'm exactly, Anton. The freezer's missing. So this is what should appear. But it does at least let me know that the Bitstream is receiving input. I don't know why that seems like a positive for me, but it kind of does. So let me try another keyboard here. I'm going to go back to this guy because this is really the most basic keyboard I have. I thought I had another one, and maybe I do in the back. I may go back there and check. Let me go ahead and power this off. Let's go and plug in again. It's just really odd that, okay. Has anybody tried to use a powered USB hub on this port, just out of curiosity, to hook up more than one? Just curious. All right, let's go ahead and turn it on. Let me get rid of this too. Okay, nothing there. If I hold, what happens if I hold my freezer button now? Oh, that's interesting. If I try and freeze now, my freezer, oh, there it went. Okay, it went that time. I thought it wasn't going to work there, which would have been interesting. And let's come out of the freezer and see. Okay, just thought maybe I'd check and see if I was able to get the freezer, if that would activate my drive. Okay, I'm going to go. I think I've got one more keyboard I can try, so I'm going to try that. Let me go ahead and put that down here. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go look for another keyboard here, so I'll be back in just a second. I know you're probably asking yourself, how many keyboards can this person have? Well, I can have a bunch, let me tell you. Here's another one I found. This is the, this is an old Monoprice keyboard right here. Just a regular old keyboard. Clickety, clickety, clackety. Copy Bitstream into the util format, disk copy. Oh wait, what do we got? We got some activity here. What are we talking here? Let me see. Let me blow this up a little bit. Copying SD card essentials comes after the formatting. Right? Yes, I know. Copy Bitstream into utility freezer disk. Copy. Yeah. So I guess the other thing I could do is, of course, take. I think it'll work well. I think so. I can copy or create an SD card on the dev kit, right? Copy the Bitstream over, let it boot, and then see if it works. But do we think it's really the Bitstream, or do we think it's a hardware issue? I think that's where I am. But I think that's worth trying. It's definitely worth exploring, right? So I am going to try this other keyboard. Again, I've got the Monoprice keyboard, cheap keyboard. This is probably the cheapest keyboard I have right now. I think this was about $9 or $10, something like that. So let me go ahead and plug that in. Every time I get it backwards. That's why I love USB-C. Okay, so that's in there. I wish there was some way to check this USB. Anton says he's never heard of anybody who has a bad USB port. I mean, it's a possibility that this isn't working. And I guess I could break out the volt ohm and check some things on it, make sure it's getting power and some other things. And I would need to do that in the other room next door where I have the volt ohm meter and all that other stuff. But let me go ahead and turn this on and see what happens. All right. Yeah, I agree, Anton. I think it's the keyboard too. I mean, all that's going to do, I think, is just give us a good booting SD card. But I think we've got an issue with the keyboard. Yeah, see, this one isn't working either. Nothing on this one either. So very, very interesting. I am kind of curious though, if I brought that SD card over from the dev kit and put that Bitstream on it, might try that. I think I'm going to try that. Just to make sure that we've tried it. But I think that power, I think it's power. I really do. I think it's power. Although I'm driving this thing at 2.5 amps, that should be plenty for this board, I would think. And I know the board's pulling a lot of power, but still busy. Oh, there's a busy light there. Is that maybe where the key? Let's just make sure this is still working too. Yep, okay, that's still working. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can pull my SD card. I think I have the SD card slot in the dev kit in the second port. So let me go see if that's in there. Have fun looking at the MEGA65 development system screen. All right, here's the dev kit. Okay, I'm going to need to move some things here. Turn this off. And unplug this. Let's see. Try the wireless keyboard too, since it's self-powered. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Yeah, before I do that, good idea. So here's what I was thinking. I've got a bunch of these really tiny things. Hold on a second. That might be a good idea. Let's try. I have, this could be interesting. This is one of these tiny little guys right here, and they are self-powered, as Ed64 said, and it's got a separate little thing here. So we can try that and maybe at least see if we can get some kind of keystroke, right? That could be interesting. So let me go ahead and plug this in over here and see what happens. Hey, we're trying anything at this point. We will try absolutely anything at this point. Now, this may not have any power, but that's okay. I've got a plug here so we can get some power to it. Let's see if we have power on this guy. Got to remember how to turn it on, too. Here we go. Turn it on. Oh, I think it's dead. Of course. Dead battery. Hold on. I can fix that, too. I got a lot of cleanup to do. I got stuff everywhere. Okay, let's see. I've got a power adapter here so I can get power to the little keyboard, not from the board itself, obviously. Let's get that plugged in. And this has got that old, just regular, what do they call that? Mini USB? Holy cow, this is old. There we go. So now we've got power there. We're plugged in here. And let me see, looks like, turn it on. Okay, so now it's on. See that right there? So we're going to give this a shot. Oh, that's a good question. Stefan, is it Stefan? Stefan? I'm going to go with Stephanie? Stefan? Oh gosh, I apologize to all my European folks. I'm just butchering names, unfortunately. It's implemented in Nexus, no extra file need. Okay, so Anton mentioned that. Okay, so now, what we're going to do is try this. This is wireless. We've got the wireless dongle here. Maybe it requires a little less juice, and we'll give it a shot and see if it works. And this is working, so that's good. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Let's go over here. If this works, this would be great. All right, we're booting up. I guess I can put the mic back here where you can hear what's going on. Yeah, video is good because I stopped recording at the same time, right? I've learned on this machine, this Intel, this is an old, it's not old, it's actually the Mac Mini generation before the M1 with the the Intel M3. So it's not the most powerful, but at least it's an Intel. I wanted to have at least one Intel Mac in the house. Okay, so now here we go. Let's see. Oh, rats. I was hoping that we would get some keystrokes here and we would see something happen. So great thought, Ed, but that's not it either. So I'm going back to this whole USB thing. I either have a bad USB port, the Bitstream isn't working right, in some way it's not activating the HDMI. Kerche at one point said he thought that there was an older Bitstream maybe that would allow it to work. I have to imagine I'm not the only person trying to load the latest Bitstream on the Nexus. So if somebody, again, I think what I'll have to do is go into the Discord channel and spend some more time too and talk there. Yeah, nothing there. That's not working. Okay, so I'm gonna try. Is it already? Holy cow! I've been on here a while, haven't I? It has been a while. So let me try maybe a couple more things, and I really think I'll call it a day and get a power supply in here and do some more research. See if we can get this thing working. Again, at least we got the Nexus booted up. I mean, that's the positive, right? Right? That's a win. We'll take that as a win. I got a mess here. I got keyboards down on the floor here. I got wires and stuff over here. I got a box of wall warts here. I have just a whole mess. And let me go ahead and unplug everything and put everything back so I don't forget it. But I do. I have a lot of stuff everywhere. The floor is just loaded with stuff that we've pulled out. You should see this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keyboards down here, counting the dev kit right now. So. Okay, let me go ahead and pull out the dev kit. Here oh, I didn't think about this. Can I guess I can. I think I've got let's see, I need the power. It should be back behind here. So I wasn't planning on breaking out the dev kit, so I'm not sure where the power for the dev kit is. It was plugged in, I think. Oh, there's another cable there. Start cleaning up a little bit while I'm getting stuff ready. There's the dev kit. So here's a question for the chat room. The dev kit power supply wouldn't work on the Nexus, would it? Because I've got it right here. I mean, it looks like the same size. Would that actually work? Anton, I do have a key-raw, but I don't know where it is. I do have one though. I do have a key-raw. It's actually in a project bin in there. I've been working on the key-raw with a +4, so it's not configured even for a regular key. It's configured for the +4 keyboard, but I don't think it would be a good option right now. But Stefan, thank you, Stefan. Got it. So I really appreciate it when you guys correct me. That way I get it right. I thought it probably was Stefan, but I'm glad you let me know. Video is 1 FPS slideshow. Really? Right now it's 1 FPS? Oh, it's good now. Okay. That's 12 volts. No, gotcha. Okay, just making sure. You notice I didn't plug it in. I just thought I'd ask the question. So glad I didn't plug that in. We would have had a burn board, right? Got to have patience. Okay, let me go ahead and plug in my, I'm glad you said that. So it's 12 volts, really? Gotcha. All right, so I've got that plugged into the dev kit, and I've got an HDMI, and I'll be able to switch over easily here so that you all can see what I'm doing on the dev kit. Because the goal is I want to format this SD card on the dev kit and then put the Bitstream back on the SD drive and try and boot again. See what happens. Okay, so now with a simple flip of the switch over here, man, this is getting really overly complicated. Let me go ahead and just turn it on, make sure it's working here. Let me go back to my HDMI. Okay, there's the dev kit. You can see we have that working. Okay, so now Anton or someone about to release the magic smoke. Yeah, didn't go there. Don't worry. Didn't try. Not gonna try. And again, I wasn't going to try before I got a response, and definitely wasn't going to plug it in. Okay, so now I've got to remember, folks, on the dev kit, can I format my SD card, which is, let me pull it out of here, in the second slot, which is here. I think I can, right? I can plug that in there and then use the utility to format that one, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I still have the Bitstream over here downloaded. Yeah, still have the NEXYS4 Bitstream over here on the computer, so that's good. And I can, if I remember, I can format, need to leave to, all right, see you, Targus, thanks a lot for joining. I will definitely let people know on the Discord if I was ever successful, but I'll keep hacking at it a little bit tonight. We'll see how it goes. So, so what I'm going to do now is pull up the utility. I'm going to, as you can see here, I've plugged into the dev kit into the second SD, micro SD. I'm going to get that in there. Okay, it's in there. So now I'm going to bring up the utility menu. So here I need to turn off, I'm trying to remember, I think is it that one? There we go. And we want to, number 2, let me get rid of my little screen capture thing here. All right, so here we go. It says, select SD card to modify 0 or 1. External is card 1. Remember to press 1 when. Thank you. Absolutely. I appreciate that, Anton. As a matter of fact, you saw me looking here going, which one do I press? Okay, we want number 1. So that's going to do the external card. So we're going to go ahead and hit number 1. Here we go. Number 1. And we'll just let that format away. Insert. See, delete. Oops. Does it have to be caps? I'm trying to remember. I think it does. If you can type. Holy cow. Oh, that's interesting. Why am I hitting delete? And it's typing a T. What's that? Oh, because caps lock's on. That's why. There we go. Caps lock. Everything. Remember, delete everything, delete everything. Okay, here we go. Let me just look in the chat room. Press 1, not 0. Got it. Okay, it looks like we are formatting. That one is a 32. Looks like everything's good. And even if I made a mistake, got the other one, I've got a good backup. So I was taught early on, make a good backup. Definitely may have a good backup of your SD card. So I think I have everything. We're going to go ahead and enter, and here we go. There we go. All right. So now what it's doing, the dev kit is going through and formatting that external SD card with 2 partitions. One is a partition that's really not accessible easily for the user that has I believe all of our configuration files, and then the other one will have the user accessible. And we're going to be putting the Bitstream. That's interesting. So the Bitstream is going to go on the user accessible partition. It would have to. So once this gets done, I'll put it back into the Mac, copy the Bitstream over, and then we'll boot it back up on the Nexus and see if that's any different for the keyboard. I don't suspect it's going to be, but who knows. I'm glad I had the dev kit handy, though. That's nice. So this is going to take a little bit of time. Yes, it needs to be caps. Yep, thank you, Anton. Appreciate that. Can't believe there's 13 of you hanging on this long to see if we get this thing working. But I am so appreciative of all of you that did pop in today. Thank you for doing that. Again, this is a little bit different. I know a lot of you like to watch Paul and his live streams, or Shalin do programming and get things working. This is more of like this is a little more of a user perspective, right? A user has this and he's trying to do something. That's kind of what my channel is about. What's it like to be a user of a MEGA65, and in this case the Nexus or a dev kit, right? All right, it says SD card has been formatted, remove. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And before I disconnect my dev kit, I am just going to make sure that everything is working. And there we go. Everything's working. Here's our freezer. Here's some of the stuff I have. Let's see. I don't know. Have I shown you guys this? There you go. This is a Bad Moon Rising, which is one of the great things about the freezer is you can pause it right at certain points, which is kind of cool. So everything's working fine on here, which is perfect. So let me go and turn that off. And now what I'm going to do is move back over to here. Let me go ahead and unplug the dev kit. Get it out of our way. Okay, so here's the USB off the dev kit that I've been using lately, and let me put this somewhere. I'm just going to go ahead and put this back because we're not going to need it anymore. And when I say put it back, I mean it goes in a shelf with closing drawers to keep the dust and everything off of it. So that's where it's going. So now what I'm going to do is take this SD card. I'm going to come back over to my Mac, which is over here, and I'm going to copy the Bitstream over to here. So let me do that quickly. Now, I'm not going to pull this up on the screen. It's only going to take a second. So let me do that. And the other thing I'm going to do is I already have I keep an update of my Mega SD card on my desktop, on my Macs, and they sync to every Mac I own, so it's always available because I've been spending so much time with the dev kit and playing around. So I'm going to grab everything on there, so Alt-A, and I'm going to drag it over to that. So we have everything we need, including the ROM, the freezer, all that business. So we're gonna get everything. It's even got some .d81 cards on there, which is kind of nice. So let me show you what I have here. So here's what I've just copied over. You can see all the different things. Now some of these probably shouldn't have. Some of these are for blog posts and other things, but it's all right if they're on there. But you can see some of the software. Here's the ROM, which we need, and everything else is on there. So let me go ahead and close that. And let me come back over here and eject. Okay, and now we're going to come back over here. We're going to plug this back in to here. Right there. Let me pull up my chat room here. Your stream is great. Hopefully it will help a lot of users. I hope so. Well, I don't know, Anton. You got to get way deep into this. Again, I think the more helpful piece will be that blog post when I finally get it working, and that video, because I am going to produce a video on how to do this step by step. So hopefully that'll be helpful. Bitstream and the SD card essentials, got them. They are on there. So now here we go. We need to pick a keyboard. And again, I'm going to pick the one that I think is the most basic, which is the Monoprice, because it's just, there's nothing to it. There's no USB ports. It's standard keys. So we're going to try it. All right, here we go. I'm going to plug it in. So just as a reminder, this is the keyboard I'm using right here, right? See, just basic keyboard. No USB ports, nothing on the sides, nothing like that. Okay. So here we go. We're going to try and boot up with the Bitstream, everything. This is a complete SD card, which is ready to roll. And so here we go. Let's go back over here. First reaction. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Let's go back over here to number 3. Screen. Fingers crossed. It's booting up. And this is with that better power supply too. Okay. Oh, you're not seeing anything because I was on the HDMI. Let me switch back over. What do I do with my remote? Oh, here it is. I need to take my little thing here and go back to my VGA input on my capture card. Oh, hey. We've not seen this before. Is this this is the the screen, right? This is the where you come. Now the key will be, is the keyboard working? It is not. Oh, rats. We were so close. I thought maybe with that we would get the keyboard input, but we are not getting keyboard input. The onboarding screen, that's what this is called. This is called the onboarding screen. I actually keep my SD card backups in different folders to be ready, i.e., oh, that's a good idea. Great idea, Anton, to remember that. But looks like now I'm on the onboarding screen, but I can't get anywhere. So it says press return when done. That's not working. Press F3. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. So everything's working. It's just that the keyboard isn't working. Huh. I can't get down to anything. Yeah, nothing's working there. So let me try. I guess I should try another keyboard, right? Because that's what everybody keeps saying. Try a different keyboard. I'll try one more. If this doesn't work, it's time to, I think, call it a day. What time is it anyway? Yeah, it's a little after 6 my time in the US. So let me go ahead and go back to here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. I'm going to unplug this keyboard. I am going to try that Mac keyboard. Only because in some ways this Mac keyboard, although it does have USB ports on it, yeah, I just was thinking maybe this Mac keyboard is in some ways is even more basic than that other one, but I'm going to try it anyway. What have I got to lose, right? Not a whole lot at this point. If I need some way to test that keyboard or that USB port. That's really where I'm landing now. How do I test that USB port? That's the one that's, if I could figure out some way to test that port to at least know if it's working. Anyway, well, let's try it again with this keyboard and see what happens. Here we go. I'll let you watch the onboarding this time pop up, because that's kind of fun to watch the onboarding screen. So if you've not seen a Mega, this is the screen that you're going to see for the very first time whenever you get a Mega. There it is, right there. Yep, still not getting any keyboard. Whoa, 16 after midnight. Lyden, you need to go to bed, sir. You're definitely time. Too bad you don't have a independent way to test the keyboard input with another program. I know, that's what I would really like, is to have. I was hoping maybe that there's a software that's built in, a test software that at least would tell you if you're getting some kind of input from the keyboard. So yeah, Anton, it's late in Germany too, I can only imagine. So, well, thanks for hanging out past midnight. But Monday is going to be here soon, right? You guys are going to need to get some sleep, because work starts, and unfortunately when my work starts, that means Monday through Friday I'm pretty much off of the Mega for a while, because I've got the real job to do, as we say, although I sneak some time in the evenings to work on these. But maybe it'll give me 4 or 5 days to contemplate what could be going on here. I think my next steps are, I'm going to go ahead and leave this online, this stream. I'm going to make a quick post in the Discord channel, let them know what my issue is. I think we've narrowed it down to everything's working except for the USB keyboard. I'll probably check with Jamie, see if he's got a really, really cheap keyboard. I think he said he had a couple I could try. So we'll try that. But and then I'll also ask in the Discord if there's anybody who knows a way to test the USB with maybe, like you said, an independent piece of software, something that we can test the USB port with. Maybe it is, Anton, maybe it is just a bad USB port. It could be that, you know, things like that happen, but at least I'd like for some way to test that. I still think I might go ahead and purchase the barrel jack power adapter. I just would like to clear that out, and regardless, I'm probably going to need one of those for this board, because I want access to that USB port eventually anyway, because I'm going to want to be able to use M65 Connect to send things back and forth to it. So a lot to do there. But I think that's it. As a reminder, I also found, for those of you that maybe are coming in late, I found this device, which is a VGA to HDMI. I didn't need it for this because I'm running it through my capture device, which converts it down for my ATEM Mini, which is great. So that's why you're getting this great view right here, which is very, actually, I'm sorry, yes, yeah, that view right there. So that's actually taking VGA straight from VGA into my capture card, broadcasting to you. This device right here will allow me to connect it via VGA to an HDMI monitor, which I have plans for this. If I can get this working with the keyboard, I have plans for this to create kind of like a portable MEGA65. So that's where I'm headed with all of this, but that's got a lot of work to do. So I think that's it for me. Jamie, thank you. He says his junkyard is my junkyard. We'll be going through keyboard. For those of you who don't know, Jamie just lives 4 houses down. I pass him on my run in the evenings. I'll be, he and I will look for some really cheap keyboards. We'll look for the cheapest, lowest powered quality keyboards we can find, and we'll see if that helps and do that. Let's see, Anton says, this is from the Digilent forum. Hey, thanks for going there. What does it say? There are more people with keyboard issues. They post some working models there. Okay, well, so I'll go take a look at the forums then and see if I can figure out what's going on. If there's some other folks having keyboard issues. So evidently the keyboard models that work, wow, that's really specific. That's interesting. It's really specific on the type of keyboard. It could be, again, I don't have one that is just a chiclet kind of keyboard. I either have something with some kind of mechanical switch in it or something with a USB on it. So I'm sure Jamie probably has the cheapest keyboard possible that we can find over there. I'll grab something from him and we'll see how it goes. I will let you all know, but again, thank you all for joining. I know there's 12 of you that hung on. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And again, thanks for joining, and I will post something in a Discord in just a few, and I'll keep this live in case people want to go reference it. I think that's the thing I need to do. So thanks again, and I'll let you know. Be on the lookout in Discord and at my blog at stephencombs.com. Also, check my Twitter account at stephencombs. If I am successful, I'll also post something there. So great ways for you to connect with me as well. So thank you very much. I am out of here. See you guys. Happy Sunday. Happy Monday to those of you who the time change has already changed. Have a great work week, everybody. Oh, hey, Ed. I just saw that you were in there. Ed has been on the streams before, so it's very good to see you, Ed. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And David, thank you for joining too. It was great to hear from you as well. I'm just kind of saying goodbye to everybody as they bounce out of the room, so really appreciate that. Anton, you were great. Thanks so much. It was, if anything, it was just a stream, but thank you so much for checking it out and for your constant support of the channel and for sharing my videos. Thanks so much. Jamie, chat with you later. Hey, go look for that cheap keyboard. I'll be talking with you. And then Leiden, you are very welcome. Good night to you too. And again, thanks for joining, sir. And it has been, I'd like to say it's been real fun. It's just been fun. Could have been real fun if this thing were working.